Good morning. This is Dr. Rosales, your instructor for Entrepreneurial Mind. Okay, so today we are on our module 7. So module 7 deals with the types of businesses and types of business ownership. So first, we will be dealing with the types of a business. Okay, so the objective in learning the types of business is for us to identify the four main types of business, examine the trends in business startups in recent decades, and exploring the growth expectation for businesses. Okay, so I want you to write down the questions, then answer it after the video, after the presentation. Okay, so the question is, when I think of business, what type of business do I think of first? Okay, so the question goes like this: when I think of business, what type of business do I think of first? Ano yung unang naiisip ko when the word business or when I think about business? Okay, so yun yung gusto kong malaman sa inyo at the end of this presentation. Okay, so moving forward, in general, businesses are divided into broad categories depending on their primary function and the kinds of products they sell. First is the manufacturing businesses. Okay, manufacturing businesses or manufacturers, they are the one who converts materials into goods suitable for use and then sell those goods to others. Okay, so manufactured products typically fall into two categories. This is the industrial and the consumer. Okay, so in industrial goods, these are sold to other manufacturing businesses. For example, yung mga metals, plastics, parts, lumbers, heavy equipments, yun yung mga different industrial goods that are very essential in most manufacturing businesses. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating manufacturing business, it has two categories. Unang-una is the industrial goods, wherein this includes the metals, the plastic parts, the lumbers, heavy equipment. Okay? So, they manufacture that kind of products. Next is consumer goods. Okay? Consumer goods are products that are eventually bought by the public. Okay? Small manufacturing businesses that produce consumer goods sometimes sell directly to the public. For example, mga entrepreneurs na nagbe-bake ng cake, gumagawa ng mga t-shirt, gumagawa ng mga jewelries, ano pa, mga goods na for consumption kagan direct sa mga clients nila. Okay? So, large manufacturing businesses usually do not sell directly to the customer. They may sell it to wholesalers. Ito yun. Okay? So, dun sa mga maliliit na mga manufacturing businesses, hindi nila binibenta yan as a wholesaler. Direct sa mga client kaagad yan, yung mga products nila, like cakes, etc. Okay, pero sa panahon natin ngayon, minsan those mga small manufacturing businesses, they are also considering the wholesaling businesses kasi meron silang mga resellers online. Yun yung influence ng online, okay? So, going back to the topic na hindi tayo masyado na influence ng technology, those bigger manufacturing businesses, hindi sila directly nagbebenta sa mga consumers, but they sell their products to wholesalers. Okay? So, wholesalers are businesses or wholesaling business that buys goods in large quantity, typically from manufacturers, and resell them in a smaller to retailers, to batches, etc. Parang si Nestle, si Nescafe, binibili yan ng mga sari-sari store or mga mini grocery store, then they are selling it to the customers. Pwedeng binibenta nila sa wholesale din, like sa Suising, wholesale sila doon. And other places like mga malls, minsan kinukuha nila yun sa mga malaking company tapos wholesale din nila sa mga nagre-retail o yung mga sari-sari store, okay? Wholesalers are also known as the middlemen. They go between, okay? They are the distributors or the intermediaries na tinatawag natin because they provide a link between the manufacturer, yung mga nagpo-produce ng product, and to the retailers who sell goods to the last touch, yung mga consumers natin. Okay? Wholesalers do not generally sell directly kasi to the public. Kaya may mga wholesale businesses or mga wholesalers pa rin na nagsisilbing middleman. Gaya ng sa CSI, sa Dagupan, di ba, nagpapa-wholesale sila dyan. So, they are considered as middlemen. So, ising, nagpapa-wholesale sila, pero hindi naman sila ang nagmamanufacture ng mga products nila. And that is what we call the wholesaling business. Sila yung mga middlemen. Okay? So, lahat yon mga products na nasa kanila, binibenta nila sa mga retailers nila. So, retailers naman are a retailing business that buy goods often from the wholesalers and then they retail, then directly selling it to the consumers who are the end buyers. Okay, retailing business are the stores, mga shop, mga online platforms, ganon. Sila yon, okay? So, they sell mga products like groceries, mga damit, ganon, mga household goods, etc. So, thousands of clients are directly buying sometimes sa mga retailers. Yung mga end buyers natin, minsan, ang pinagbibilan talaga nila mga retailers. Hindi sila bumibili usually sa mga wholesaler kasi pag yung mga wholesaler, hindi sila makakabingin bibili ng mga tingi-tingi unlike sa retailers. Okay? So, retailing businesses includes traditional stores that people visit in person or in online stores that sell the product that they want to buy. Okay? Some retailers are also selling through catalogs, 'di ba? Pero yun yung Avon, mga ganun. Pero wala na ata mga Avon ngayon, 'di ba? They are also utilizing the online platform. So ang pinaka-catalog natin ngayon are the pictures that was shown in the online platforms like Lazada, Zalora, eBay, Shopee. Yung mga nakikita natin pictures doon, yun na yung mga catalogs, online catalogs na ngayon. Okay? In most countries or places, retailers must have the permit. Meron at meron pa rin mga permit yung mga retailers, barangay permit, ganon. Kumukuha pa rin sila kasi bawal pa rin kasi sila magbenta without any permit. Okay? So, a business that is wholesaler man yan or retailer, they are commonly called trade businesses. Tandaan nyo yun ha, trade businesses. Kasi they are trading the products, whether it is a wholesale or a retail. So, most of them are called or refer to as a trade business. Trading business ang pinasok nila. Pero hindi siya part ng types of businesses, but yun yung parang proseso between wholesaling and retail businesses. Yung nangyayari sa kanila, the pag-ikot ng mga produkto sa kanila up to the end buyer, trade business yon. Okay? Next, or the fourth type of business is the service business. Okay, so a service business provides service to a customer, of course, for a fee. Okay, service businesses sometimes they provide a wide variety of professionals, even technicals. Ano ba yung mga iba-ibang service natin like photoshoot, catering, sa makeup, mga makeup artists, etc. So marami 'yan, okay? So sometimes they are the one who fulfill the needs and wants of the clients like construction workers, service pa rin yun, car wash. Yun yung mga different example niya. Pwede ba natin i-consider yung mga attorney, na type of service business. Pwede ba natin i-consider yung mga accountant, mga nagpi-pick up ng mga garbage natin na may bayad tayo, tapos may package delivery, may mga washing yung wina-wash yung mga damit, mga nagtututor, nagla-landscape. So, lahat sila, we can consider them as service businesses, okay? Most of the local places or the local government have license for these people, pero minsan that is already only applied to some, like mga doctors, yung mga talaga may mga physical store. Pero yung mga construction workers, mga iba-iba like makeup artists, hindi naman sila nire-require kasi wala naman silang physical store. Pero if they have the physical store, then they are required to register their businesses. Okay? Special business. Meron tayong tinatawag na special business, guys. To. Special business natin is farming and mining. Okay, farming is a special type of business. Sometimes it is more likely manufacturing, pero uh, farming is a combination of a manufacturing and retailing when goods like fruits and vegetables and rice are sold directly to the consumer. So nagagawa nila 'yan sa farming. Pwedeng may kumontrata na nung produkto nila ng mga wholesaler tapos ibebenta sa retailers, meron din nagdadirect sa kanila. So special type of business pa rin 'yan. Next is mining. Mining is another type of business. Ang tawag dyan is also is extraction business. Mining, sometimes they take resources from the environment and convert it into another form like copper, mga oil, mga salt, ganon. So, mining ang tawag sa special type of business na yon. But, we still consider yung pinaka-main talaga, yung apat. Manufacturing, the wholesaling, the retailing, and the service businesses. But, we also have these two kinds of special type of businesses. Sa panahon natin ngayon, guys, there is a trends in business startup. Yung tinatawag nating franchising. Napakauso na yan ngayon, yung because of the technology. And at the same time kasi, mga kliyente or mga tao ngayon, they prefer yung isang bagay na hindi na sila mahihirapan. And one thing is to have the franchise of a particular product. Kasi, minsan, franchise, ito na lang yung puhunan mo. Andiyan na lahat, di ba? Package na yan. Ibibigay na lang nila sa'yo. Ima-manage mo na lang. Okay? So, ang franchise kasi, it is an arrangement in which a established company like mga Starbucks, basta mga established Master Siomai, mga ganyan, established companies sell the right for others to use the company's name and operating plan to sell the products and services. Okay? So, franchising become popular in the service and retail industry, particularly among fast food restaurant like McDonald's. McDonald's, nag-franchise sila ng McCafe. Ang McCafe is a coffee shop sa, I think, America ata or USA or Canada, hindi ko maalala kung saan. Pero, nag-franchise sila and named it as McCafe na part ng kanilang franchise nila yon, hindi kanila yon yung McCafe na yon. Okay, mga coffee nila. Okay? So, ngayon, ang dami na nating mga different franchises and this business dominates the economy today. Admittedly, franchising is dominates the economy nowadays. Okay? So, next natin, we are done with the types of businesses. Next is the type of business ownership. So, these are the objectives, defining the liability and the different forms of businesses. Okay, so nabanggit ko yung liability. It's because if isang company, depende yung kanilang business ownership, yung liability nila, nakadepende yun sa business ownership nila. Try to consider this question, guys. If a business fails, should the owner be responsible for paying its debts, even if it means selling a home or a car? Diba? So, ulitin ko, if the business fails, should the owner be responsible for paying its debts, even if it means selling a home or a car? For me, it's yes, kasi it's their legal obligation. Liability is the legal obligation of the business owner to use their personal money and possession to pay the debts of the business. Okay? So we have two kinds of liability, unlimited and the limited. Pag unlimited, it means that a business owner can be legally forced to use personal possession to pay the debts na meron siya. And limited liability means that a business owner cannot be legally forced to use personal money and possession to pay the business debts. Okay? Business owner with limited liability only risk the money specifically doon sa invested business nila. Kung ano lang yung kita ng business, yun lang ang iaano nila. While doon sa unlimited kasi, yung unlimited liability nila, may mga several problems siguro or legal responsibilities sila na kailangang bayaran. Okay? So, now since we understand about what is liability, let's proceed on the first type of business ownership. Ito yung sole proprietorship, which is very common sa Pilipinas. Okay? A sole proprietorship or proprietorship is a legally defined type of business ownership in which a single individual owns the business, collects all the profit, and has unlimited, layon, dun siya pumapasok yung unlimited liability of the debts. Because in the eyes of the law, the owner of the business are the sole and the same person who is liable to all pananagutan ng company. But there are also some advantages and disadvantages of considering sole proprietorship. Advantage is it is the simplest and least expensive option for business ownership because the owner and the business are one and the same. Business income and costs are reported on the owner's personal income tax return. Okay, this means that less paperwork, tapos easier tax for the accounting for the sole proprietorship. Kasi yung sole proprietorship, she is the one or he is the one who decides for the company with complete control over the management of the business. While the disadvantage naman of the sole proprietorship, syempre, solo lang niya ang responsibility of the business, di ba? Siya lahat, okay? The sole proprietorship has unlimited liability for any business debts, okay? So, sole proprietorship often find it difficult for them to borrow money or attract investor kasi ang liit lang nila, 'di ba? If they are unable to work or make a poor decision, the business could fail. 'Yun ang hirap kasi pag maliit kang kumpanya at sole proprietor ka lang, hirap ka maka-attract ng mga investors. The only thing that can help you to survive in the business world sakaling may problema ka is mapapayagan ka ng gobyerno na mangutang sa kanila ng mga SME loans pero hirap ka na i-attract na magkaroon ka ng hirap ka mag-attract to have investors. So mostly mga sole proprietorship because of this lack of access to outside cash, yung sinasabi natin investors, sole proprietors are often find it difficult for them to expand their business. Okay? Pero sa Pilipinas, yun ang very common na type of business na nare-register ngayon, yung solo-solo lang. Kahit maliliit lang yung income nila, okay lang sa kanila. It's because Filipinos are very hesitant to invest sa kanilang mga ideas. Takot sila kasing malugi kasi ang hirap nga naman kitain ng pera, okay? But there are several ways how to set up a sole proprietorship just in case you consider to have one. Yung mga ideas nyo dyan, yung mga products na gusto nyong itayo someday. So, kung sole proprietor, solo nyo lang, these are the procedure: naming the business, diba? Registering the business to the DTI, getting the BIR numbers, and other permits and licensing for you to have and operate a legal businesses, okay? A sole proprietorship, your responsibility is not only for yourself, it is also for the business kasi kailangan mong i-register siya ng tama. Okay? Next natin is the partnership. Okay, pag sinabi nating partnership, it is a legally bounded type of business in which at least two, pero yan sa accounting natin, two, uh, at least two, but not more than five individuals sharing the management, the profit, and liability. We have two kinds or the most common form of partnership, the general partners or partners have unlimited liability, sila lahat. Yung ano dyan, bahala at sila mismo yung liable for any kind of problema ng company. Like sole proprietorship, general partners are personally responsible for business debts. Kung nabaon sila sa utang at kailangan hilain yung kotse nila, walang choice but to sell it and abunuhan yung utang ng business nila because they assume personal financial risk. General partners are usually take an acting role in the business. Okay. Second form of partnership is a limited partner. Okay. A limited partner is the partners may say no in the company's day-to-day operation but only investors. So, ibig sabihin, pwede yung isang partner o dalawang partner ninyo is pwedeng mag-invest lang sila, investor, silent partner sila, kapitalista sila, pero yung iba pwede industrial partner, yun yung limited partner. They have limited liability also. Okay? Ano ang advantage nung having a partnership? The advantage is the primary advantage of general partner is compared to sole proprietorship is they can rely on the entrepreneurial skills and financial backing kasi dalawa sila, nakarehistro yung company nila and actually mayroon silang mas malaking pondo ng pera and mayroon silang mas mga asset compare mo sa iisang tao which is the sole proprietorship. So, mas madali silang makautang sa mga bank na nag-o-offer ng mas lower interest rate compare mo dun sa mga lending company. Pero, mayroon din siyang mga, ano siya, yung ibang disadvantage naman yan is they have unlimited liabilities, particularly mga general partners. So, ang problema din dyan sa partnership, they have yung una, profit is split between the partners. Pangalawa, each partner is responsible for the business-related action of all the others. And then, yung third is partners may have trouble agreeing on how the business should be operated. Actually, hindi nagpo-prosper minsan ang mga partnership kasi may mga kakilala ako na pagdating sa transparency, nahihirapan silang ipakita yung transparency. Mayroon yung isa nagko-complain na kasi hirap na siyang nagtatrabaho while yung isa wala namang ginagawa pero hati ang income, 'di ba? And pagdating sa BIR kasi, pagdating sa partnership, hindi kagaya ng sole proprietorship na kung 30% lang yung tax, 30% lang yung tax, kasama na siya doon yung personal pera niya. Unlike dito sa partnership, binawasan na nga yung kumpanya mo ng 30%, 30, 20 to 30% tax. Babawasan pa kayo ng individual din. So, para ang laki. Yung income mo na nabawasan na ng BIR coming from the business, pag mapupunta na sa'yo, magbabayad ka ulit ng tax mo. Kasi hindi marirenew yung company kung ikaw na individual hindi ka nagbayad ng tax. So, doble-doble. Kaya minsan walang masyado nagre-register as a partner. Maraming partners, pero they are registering their businesses as sole proprietorship. Okay? Next or pangatlong type of business ownership is the corporation. Pag sinabi nating corporation, it is a group or a type of business ownership which business itself is considered a type of person or entity na tinatawag natin. Under the law, and has a limited liability in grant to the business owners. Okay? Although a corporation may have only one owner as to represent the whole, but must have more than one. The owners of the corporation are called the shareholder or the stockholder. Okay? Pakitandaan yun ha. The owners of the corporations are called the uh, shareholder or the stockholders. Okay? A share of stock na tinatawag naman is a unit of ownership in a corporation. Kasi corporation sell shares in order for them to raise money. They may limit share ownership within the family, but they are also offering the public. Yun yung mga tinatawag na kung naririnig nyo yung mga stock market, mga ganun. Doon sila nagbebenta in order for them to raise money. So, shareholders are said to have equity, yung tinatawag nating financial ownership in the corporation. In other words, anyone who owns at least one share is considered as an owner in the corporation and may earn its dividend. Pag sinabing dividend, yun yung kita nila dun sa share, sa stocks, in which a portion of the corporate's profit mapupunta rin sa kanya. Okay? So, most of the corporation are C corporation na tinatawag. They are being taxed as an entity by the government. So, majority of the cities and municipalities are requiring a corporation to have a board of directors, yung na-discuss natin nung last, consisting of one or more individual responsible for making decisions. Okay? So, the advantage niya is they have a limited liability while their disadvantage is they, uh, they are more difficult in and expensive to set up kasi ang laking business yan, malalaki sila. Malalaking business, okay? So, yun yung pangatlo, okay? Ang pang-apat natin is kooperatiba or cooperatives. Cooperatives are a business owned and controlled and operated for a mutual benefit of its member. People who use its services, buy its goods, or are employed by it. For example, mga farmers, 'di ba? May mga kooperatiba 'yan. So farmers are often form cooperatives for them to buy farming equipment na pwedeng makatulong sa kabuuan sa kanila, 'di ba? Sa Pilipinas, yung cooperatives natin are not as common as other type of businesses. Pero dito sa atin, karamihan sa mga cooperatives are multi-purpose. Multi-purpose, may mga nagbebenta-benta rin sila, pero at very low price kasi they are formed because of a common goal, yung makatulong din sa kapwa nila and mababa lang yung income nila. Okay, so ang percentage ata na binabawas ng BIR sa kanila is either from 8 to 12% lang. Compare mo dun sa sole, which is 30 to 32, sa partnership, 30% na nga ang kinuha sa kumpanya nung buo kayo, tapos kukuhanan pa each member ng 32%. Corporation is nasa 20% and cooperatives are 8 to 12%. Okay? So, let me show you the types of business ownership to summarize. So, ownership issues, these are the ownership issues. Pag sole proprietor ang tawag, pag partners or partnership partners and sa corporation, ang tawag sa kanila is stockholders. Sa limited liability company or cooperative, ang tawag sa kanila members. Okay? When it comes to the liability, pag sole unlimited, ibig sabihin pati kung nalugi yung kumpanya mo para makabayad ka sa mga pagkakautang, hindi mo kontrolado yon, pwedeng mabenta mo yung mga gamit mo. Like, sa partnership naman, limited in most cases. Kasi, kung ano lang yung dineclare nila dun sa kanilang ano ba yung tawag doon? Agreement, partnership agreement or corporation, partnership of articles of incorporation rather. Kung ano lang yung dineclare nila doon, yun lang yung pinaghahatian nila. Kasi, Kailangan pag partnership guys, importante na marunong kayo magsulat ng partnership agreement or sa Pilipinas tinatawag nilang Article of Incorporation wherein Article of Partnership, sorry, na madadownload nyo naman sa internet. If you fill up nyo lang yung mga different information. Bakit ko dinidiscuss ito? Kasi isa yun sa mga assignment ninyo. Okay? So, entrepreneurs should write a partnership agreement or articles of partnership before they go into business together. Kasi a partnership agreement is a legal document that clearly defines how the works, the responsibilities, the liabilities of the partnership will be shared by the partner. Kaya nga limited ang kanilang liability. It also specify what will happen if the partner decides to leave the business or one of the partner die, nandoon din. And a written partnership agreement help the partnership to avoid conflict. Kasi minsan nagkakaroon na yan ng conflict of interest. Okay? So, these are some considerations that I discussed a while ago concerning the types of businesses. Okay, so that is the end for this chapter. I would like to give my summary or conclusion about types of businesses. The four major business types are una, manufacturing, wholesaling business, retailing business, and service business. We have two special type which is farming and mining. And ano yung types of business that most common nowadays is the franchising, di ba? Yun yung isa, okay? Over the past years, ang nagdo-dominate ngayon sa business world is the franchising, okay? So in line with the type of business ownership, we have the sole proprietorship, we have the partnership, we have the corporation, and the cooperative. So the business structure of these four differ primarily in terms of unang-una, the liability, the taxes that they pay, who controls the business, and who shares its profit. And liability, as uulitin ko, it is the legal obligation of an owner to use personal money and possessions to pay the business debt. There are significant legal restrictions and requirements associated with the type of ownership, particularly to the corporation. So, okay, I hope you learned something new today about understanding the different types of businesses and the business ownership. Na pagdating ng araw, pwede nyo i-consider kung anong klaseng business ownership ang i-consider ninyo for a different type of businesses naman na gusto nyong ipatayo. Okay? So, that will be for this topic. Thank you for listening and good day.